Latest on Bud Light here. Anheuser-Busch CEO Michael Dorkeris addressed Doukeris. I think we call him, Doukeris. Let's call him that. Addressed the Bud Light controversy on an earnings call with investors Thursday, downplaying the brand's partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney that prompted a boycott from conservatives. Doukeris told investors there is misinformation spreading on social media about the company's team up with Mulvaney. We need to clarify the facts that this was one can, one influencer, one post, and not a campaign. The CEO said that Anheuser-Busch is providing direct financial support to the frontline workers impacted by the boycott, naming delivery drivers, sales representatives, wholesalers, bar owners, and servers. Well, they're impacted by not really the boycott so much as Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch's own marketing decisions. So this is where the impact originates, by the way. Doukeris said the brewing giant will triple media spending on advertising for Bud Light over the summer, confirming reports that the company is planning a major marketing push to recover its brand. So they're still scrambling here as sales continue to drop significantly across the country. But probably the most significant sign of Bud Light's troubles that we've seen so far is this video that somebody posted, I think, to TikTok. And this is from a Red Sox game this week. And you could see how busy or not so busy the Bud Light concession stand is compared to all the other concession stands. Let's see that.
Guys, this is so funny and bizarre. Look at that. That is the Bud Light. That is every single Bud Light stand here at Fenway Park in Boston. Right? We're at the Red Sox game. That's what the Bud Light stands for.
Well, I guess it's not a bad thing if you're working the Bud Light stand. It gives you some time to take a nap and scroll your phone. That is rough. I mean, nobody drinking Bud Light at a baseball game. People are choosing to wait in longer lines than drink Bud Light. Like I've never, at any stadium I've been to, football stadium or baseball stadium, I've never seen that. I've never seen like a massively long line at one stand and then nobody at another. So that shows you. This is, and it's especially terrible at a stadium because, as much as I hate Bud Light, and I hated it before it was cool to hate it because it's terrible, if there's one place where I would drink Bud Light up until now, it would be at a stadium because your options are limited at a stadium, and anyway, all beer tastes better at a stadium. At least I tell myself that to justify paying $27 for an 8-ounce pour. But either way, this is how bad things are for the company. And it's also why I think we should probably stop referring to it as a boycott, because it's not even a boycott anymore. It's actually bigger than that and deeper than that for Bud Light, and a much bigger problem. So it's way worse than a boycott for Bud Light. Are we back on? Well, clearly, someone in the control room forgot to turn on ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is an app that encrypts 100% of my online data to protect it from cyberpunks like the ones who tried to terrorize my show today. When I use ExpressVPN, my online presence is anonymized, making it difficult for anyone to track my online activity and try to shut me down. Couldn't be easier to set up. You just tap one button on your phone or computer and you're protected. ExpressVPN works on all your devices, your phone, tablet, computer. Wherever you are in the world, ExpressVPN can and will protect you. Don't let the cyberpunks who tried to hijack my show hijack your information. Visit expressvpn.com/Walsh. Get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/Walsh. expressvpn.com/Walsh to learn more. It is really a rebrand, okay? And not a rebrand that Bud Light wanted. It is, we have branded Bud Light this way. Based on their own choices, we have branded it this way. People aren't drinking it now, not because they're necessarily consciously trying to send a statement. I think that all those people in line who aren't going over to the Bud Light stand, I'm sure some of them are thinking of this as a boycott and they're sending a political statement. But I think much more, it's just like Bud Light is lame now. It's lame. It's not cool. And your buddies will make fun of you if they see you drinking Bud Light. So you're not going to drink it. It has become cemented, I think. And I don't know how they recover from that. I'm not sure how they recover. It's one thing to have a boycott. It's another thing to be branded, and they are branded now. This is their brand now. And I'm not sure how you get out of that. The only way to do it would be, again, to explicitly apologize and completely backtrack. Now, they've already tried to backtrack, and they've tried to say, they've issued statements that do everything but apologize. The only way to maybe shake this branding off of you, shake the stink, the stench off of you, is to directly apologize and to start branding yourself as the opposite of that. But they're not going to do that because then they're worried about the reverse backlash, and they don't want to do that, and they figure that's going to make it even worse for them. Because then it's like, well, if the customers were trying to win back, if they still aren't satisfied, well, it's like now we don't have them, but now we're losing. Now we have the left coming after us, and so they've probably figured that they can't do that. There's really nothing they can do. This is how they've been branded by their own choices. They've been branded this way, and it's. I keep saying this is the. I can't think of another example where conservatives have been able to achieve something like this in the fight against corporate wokeism. It simply is one of the most significant victories in the fight against corporate wokeism. I can't. Maybe there's some competition for the most significant, but I'm not even sure what's competing with it at this point. Which maybe tells you as much about the Bud Light thing as it does about the parade of failures by conservatives up until now to land any blows at all against corporate wokeism. But this is a major blow. And I'll tell you something else. It is going to make brands in the future think long and hard before, promoting transgenderism. There'll still be brands that do it. There are going to be brands that have a heavily left-wing customer base. They're not worried about it. There are going to be brands that figure, well, they're way too big and powerful to worry about it, so they can do whatever they want. I think Bud Light assumed that about itself. It assumed wrong. There may be some brands where that actually is true, where they can basically do whatever they want. If you're Google or something, you can pretty much do whatever you want. But there are a lot of other brands that, they would be susceptible to something like this. They have a heavily conservative, or not even conservative, just like a customer base of average, middle income, normal Americans. And they are going to be very, very hesitant now, which is a good thing. That'll do it for this portion of the show. Let's move over to Members Block. Become a member today by using code Walsh at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. Hope to see you there. If not, talk to you on Monday. Godspeed.